Winter presses on here in the north of Germany. It may be below freezing and will stay that way for the rest of the day, but both teams coming out onto the pitch now are some of the hottest in Germany. When combined, these two teams have just 2 losses in domestic play all year, but that can certainly change as the U19s of Cologne try to keep their carnival going against Hamburg here in the north. Hello everyone, I'm Kai Dombach and welcome to match day 2 of the U19 Hauptrunde Group D. No rain, sleet, or snow is in the forecast for the next 2 hours, so there will be a clean, clear look at who is truly the best in the country. Now, Cologne only lost once in 2025, going 9-2-1 in league play, winning all 3 of their cup matches. That one blemish did come on the road against rival Dusseldorf, but they responded by winning their next 5 in a row and topped the group with 29 points and a plus 20 goal differential. Not only that, they managed to get a real taste of what playing where the big boys play when they took on Inter Milan in front of 50,000 at the sold-out Rhein-Energiestadion 11 days ago. Now, it did not end the way they wanted it to, but the young Billy Goats can still hold their heads high as they managed to bring the whole city out in support. And back in domestic play last Sunday, they kept their hot streak going against Bochum when league play resumed, knocking them down 3-2 in a tight tussle. Now, as for Hamburg, their only domestic loss was in their first cup match, so no chance of a double for them this year. But they were the #1 team in their group as well, winning all but one of their league matches. They went undefeated, just one draw in 2025 in the Vorrunde, and they were on fire offensively, scoring at least 3 goals 6 times in the Vorrunde, and they have kept up their scoring in the first match of 2026, defeating 3 goals to 0, with all 3 goals coming in the second half. Oliver Krause's side is certainly happy to be here, but there's plenty more that must be done. If you're going to be the best, you have to beat the best, and that goes for both sides here today. So Cologne coming out in their all-black kits, going from left to right to get things started here in the shadows of the Volksparkstadion. And as for Hamburg, they're going from right to left in their traditional white shirts and red shorts as we get started here in Hamburg. So give you the starting lineups for these two teams, starting with the visiting Cologne side, led by head coach Stefan Rothenbeck. So Timo Schmitz is in goal. In front of him is Markowski, Stappelmann, Kotja, Fofana, Friemel, then Irmiev, Volp, and Ley. And then up top, we've got Potente, Ramirez, Puzzo, and Römers. Now, as for Hamburg HSV, led by Oliver Krause in his first season here. Trying to find some space on the far side. And they'll have to retreat. So in between the pipes for Hamburg, Fernando Dickes. And in front of him, Luis Lemke, Yannick Schwarz, Noah Adekunle, Kilan Machado, Schumann, Hotisch, Yildirim, as the cross into the box is brought down with a chance, and it deflects off the bar, but it was waved off by the referees. Wouldn't have counted even if it did go in between the pipes and past Timo Schmitz. See Kelvin Ojo getting things started. Wearing number 7. He'll be a very important member on the left wing for Hamburg. Usually plays with the B team. Has played 17 times for them. Gotten a couple of goals for the number 2 team here in Hamburg, but when he's with the U19s, he is unstoppable, getting 2 goals in the last game against Ulm. And helping out up top with Ojo will be Barkowski and Akildes. Referees for the game today, Aaron Sebastian Richter is the man blowing the whistle, and he will be helped by Mathis Merck and Jules Neil Noack. So Ojo just keeps it in. Breezes right by the defender and pushed behind the end line. That will be a goal kick for Cologne. So some early action for Hamburg. Trying to push things forward, send an early message. I mean, just very easily getting past Markowski. Difficult touch leads to a turnover. Lifted into the box and picked up by Timo Schmitz. So plenty of pressure, plenty of chances for Hamburg, just haven't been able to turn any on target here in the opening 3+ minutes. But plenty of firepower here for this Hamburg side. Barkowski has 5 goals on the year. He's also played with the B team. Did that 6 times. Grabbed an assist as well. Kept along the ground, couldn't find Ojo as that's cut out there by Markowski. Cologne looking a bit haphazard here in the early going. Ojo managed to get past 2 defenders, but not 3, but picks up the garbage. Near the 18 and then taken away by Cologne. Hamburg wins it right back, however. Not too many options in the box. Ojo is there, however. Went right at him, but just couldn't get the right header. And still Cologne not able to summon any sort of attack. Very, very strong start here for Hamburg. But finally some breathing space, a chance to take a moment, take a breath for Cologne. Hamburg certainly circling around Cologne. I mean, you can almost count on one hand how many touches Cologne has had in the attacking half. A very disciplined Hamburg side here under Krause. But there's one detriment to Krause here today, is that he has yet to defeat Cologne. In fact, he's yet to earn a point against the Billy Goats. In the 3 matches he's coached U19 squads, against Cologne, he's lost every single one. As the attempt is smashed right at Schmitz, but no problem for Cologne's number 23. So just mentioning Krause, he was the leader of Schalke's youth program between 2019 and 2023. He also coached Bielefeld, coached their U17 and U19 sides. So plenty of experience in North Rhine-Westphalia. As finally Cologne has a chance on the far side here. Into the 18. Markowski sends it forward and the shot goes well above the protective fencing. Good idea, some great work. But that ball in the end just took off like a rocket off of Ermiev's right foot. So now a chance for Cologne to apply a little bit of pressure, and not a great opportunity now as Ojo picks up off the mistake and forces a corner. Was trying to find Yildirim, who was sprinting into the box, as Cologne had a big mistake, massive miscue. And they were very fortunate, the midfielders were fortunate that the defenders were ready and in the right position at the right time. You see Stappelmann and Koltia Fofana coming back for Cologne in the end. But if things continue like this, it's going to be a long, long day for Cologne. Hamburg ready for the corner, and that just went into the side netting. Not a great look there from the corner on the near side. As we've got a whistle for an off-ball foul. So we're going to have a redo of the goal kick. Electing to go short this time. 4 players for Hamburg right by the 18. Not applying any pressure to the man with the ball quite yet, but forcing him back into the defensive 18. And a tough touch. Fortunate to keep it. And things calm down slightly as Cologne slowly tries to move forward. And Hamburg elects to back off slightly on the press. Now on the far side, Cologne racing forward. right by the end line and just running out of real estate. So that will be a goal kick for the HSV. Good find, and here goes Hamburg flying down the far side. Plenty of options in the middle. But the defender just did not allow a good look. Didn't allow any chances for the ball to find its way into the 18, and Cologne can recover. So Hamburg has certainly done quite well. But Cologne has certainly matched up with them so far, as Machado has to go back to the keeper. Good idea to cut it out and keep the ball away from the streaking left winger. Going ahead for Hamburg, a 3-on-4. And more for Hamburg coming in. But Cologne cuts out the attack. But Hamburg still in the attacking third for this throw-in. Right along the end line, just kept in and then fired. Not quite on target, not exactly sure what that was going to be, a shot or a cross. Either way, the danger is over for Timo Schmitz and Cologne. I mean, Ojo was available on that far post, and it looked like the attacker was just going for the near post upon the replay. Everyone from Hamburg coming up. Almost everybody in the Cologne defending half. Very effective press for Hamburg. As you see the captain Akildis telling everybody that everything's going well. Now put into the air, and here goes Cologne, but a whistle and an offside will stop Potente Ramirez from challenging Dickus. And a bit too far behind on that attempt on the other side. Barkowski could not keep it in bounds. As you see the head coach for Hamburg, Oliver Krause, doing quite well in his first season here in charge of Hamburg's U19s. Just one loss on the season, and that's not in league play, but it was in cup play. So this is the only trophy that they can try for this season. Hamburg electing to keep it along the ground until the long ball flies in the air, and it will be a throw-in for the home side. Bounced along, and Hamburg in control until the pass was a split second too late. Now Cologne can break free on the other side into the attacking half. Hamburg has to fly back on defense as the shot finds its way to Dickus. Just a little dribbler to Hamburg's number one. Some back and forth football right now. Schumann maintaining possession. Now Hottisch. Limke. Now back towards the halfway line. Hamburg taking their time. Not trying to force anything, but the forwards are just itching for another go. More of a chess match here at midfield. As Hamburg tries to take things a little bit slower here. The game of keep away continues as Hamburg gets ever closer. And Cologne forces Hamburg back, and they get a whistle there from Richter. So a free kick for Cologne as Puzzo hit the deck. See Puzzo hitting Schwarz, and Schwarz stayed upright. Puzzo did not. Puzzo playing in his 20th match for Cologne this year. And a collision, and this will be another free kick for the Billy Goats. So a couple quick fouls for Hamburg. Here in the 17th minute. Cologne has only really had 2 real chances on target. Really just in front of Dickus. They've both been snuffed out. Hamburg has certainly had the plethora of opportunities, and they've had the ball in the attacking third quite often, especially in the first 6-7 minutes. But just couldn't turn opportunities into shots. But Cologne has certainly been tested. They've been stretched out. Tough pass collected at the top of the 18. And Hottish was there, but just couldn't get the ball in the right spot. Tente Ramirez falls down, and that will be another chance for Cologne now. Well, I thought for sure that was a free kick, but I guess it was given as advantage by Richter, and Cologne lost the ball in the process, so play goes on. My apologies for the misinterpretation from the referee today. Kept in. 4 now, 5 in the box for Hamburg. Just can't get a cross off. It's been a big bright spot for Cologne here in the first nearly 19 minutes. Despite Hamburg having such great possession and in such threatening positions, they haven't been able to get any of those last passes, those crosses that would have really troubled Timo Schmitz. Both those two players upcoming, you know that it's just a matter of time before Hamburg can really make Timo Schmitz really sweat. Doesn't matter if it's below freezing right now. The action can certainly heat up in an instant, just like this. as Ojo stays on his feet and gets some extra words from the Cologne players, trying to stand up for their fallen comrade, as we got some extra pushing and shoving inside the center circle. So Christian Irmiev hit the deck while talking with Kelvin Ojo. And Ojo now speaking with Richter. And Richter needs to keep things under control here, as some of the words were certainly heated. As Richter calls over the two players involved in the initial scrum and reaches into his pocket for the yellow card and shows it to Ojo and to Irmiev. So the coaches now, especially, you see here Rutenbeck trying to say what he thought happened. I mean, he's wondering why his player who hit the ground was also booked. So 2 yellow cards were shown, 1 to Hamburg and 1 to Cologne. Ojo and Irmiev will face extra scrutiny from Richter for the next 70+ minutes. So after that little skirmish, we're back underway as Ojo tries to find a way around Stoppelmann, but Stoppelmann just too big for Kelvin Ojo. We don't have official heights for every single player out there, but Ojo officially is 1.83 m, and Stoppelmann looked to be at least 3-4 inches taller, so 8-10 centimeters. Stoppelmann certainly looks to be a bit more of the muscular defender. I mean, you certainly have to be able to hold your ground if you're going to be in front of goal. All the way back to Dickus now. Haven't really seen him too much in these last few minutes, as a lovely pass finds its way up top, and the ball finds its way behind the line. It will be a goal kick for Cologne. Liam Akiyildis with some extra speed, looking for his second goal. Great job gathering in possession, but just did not get the right shot off as the defender came up and applied the pressure. So still Timo Schmitz can keep cool in goal. Battle at midfield won by Hamburg here. Just over 20 minutes remaining here in the first half. Still neither side has had a clean shot, a decent shot on target, as Ojo keeps things going for Hamburg. Has some green grass in front of him, elects to go to the right side. Now over to the far side, near the 18, everybody coming up for Hamburg, as a cross into the box is headed behind the end line, and it will be a corner for the men in the red shorts. Schmitz tells everybody what he wants to see here. As Haltisch will head over to the corner flag. Plenty of options for the midfielder, with a lot right inside the 6-yard box. Everybody in the box inside of 11 meters of goal, as the corner is lifted right in front, knocked in the air. It's still with Hamburg, as Oljo's pass gets deflected. Will be a corner on the other side for Hamburg. Ojo saying, I don't want to take it. How's about you take it? So Haltisch on corner kick duties again. And fires it this time towards the near post, and Cologne takes care of business. So everybody in red, white, and blue backs away. And it will be a free kick for Cologne. Another foul committed by Hamburg. No goals for either side here as we are in the 27th minute. Cologne's defense has certainly looked a bit shaky at times. They've been beaten on a couple of occasions, but their last line of defense has come to the rescue. Meanwhile, Hamburg hasn't really needed to worry. And the ball's in their defensive third. But they will now as Cologne wins a corner on the far side. See some of the athletes warming up. I don't think they'd mind too much about getting off their seats and getting moving in these conditions. So 2 on the ball for this upcoming corner for Cologne. Taken quickly, taken short. And along the ground. Fired into the 18, but Hamburg was right there ready for the defense. Smash towards the 18 again. And Hamburg's defense pushes them away. On the ground now towards the near side. And popped in the air. Not great control there by the Hamburg defender. And Cologne still with possession as Benjamin Ley, though does run out of real estate. Boy, Cologne has certainly won quite a few free kicks here. Certainly some aggressive play from Hamburg, but nothing offensive about aggressive play. No injuries, no worries about anything getting it under anybody's skin. But a giveaway will give Cologne a great opportunity here in the attacking third off this throw-in. Stoppelmann keeping it along the ground. Fofana. All the way to the far side. Cologne really stretching out the pitch here. Near the 18. Floated into the box. And goes to the other side, still with Markowski. And a collision right at the corner of the 18. And that was too much for Richter. And so that will end the opportunity for the Billy Goats. Ball flies out. We'll have a throw-in just in front of the Cologne bench. It is for Cologne. Now Cologne moving ahead, but a whistle for an offside will stop the Billy Goats from getting any closer. Certainly had a few good moves, but just couldn't get out of their own way as Hamburg's defense works the offside trap perfectly. Now Cologne tries to apply the pressure. And gets the ball back near the halfway line. Markowski into the box, tries to find a man in front, and it blew right by a couple Billy Goats. Had options, but neither one was available on the other side. Now Hamburg going the other way and plucked away by the men in black. Boy, Markowski has been involved quite a lot. Near the 18, almost called upon as the shot finds its way into the back of the nets. The visiting Billy Goats keep the Carnival party going far from home as they defeated Fernando Dickus, and Cologne takes the lead here on the road. Well, HSV usually has a safe harbor here at home as they allowed only 7 goals in 6 matches in the Vorrunde. But just kept along the ground, just nice and easy. And Alessandro Puzzo gets on the board. Didn't have any goals between September and December, but just made Hamburg look absolutely foolish with that finish. Adekunle couldn't help, Schwartz couldn't help, and Dickus just watched the shot roll right past him into the back of the nets. Now Cologne looking for more, another great pass into the 18. The chance finds its way to the back of the nets. Cologne unstoppable here in the last 60 seconds, doubling their lead with the very next shot. Well, Hamburg has certainly been a safe harbor for HSV's U19s, but today they are now in an absolute storm as Potente Ramirez found himself in a one-on-one against Hamburg's #1. The defense was just 2 steps behind, and 2 steps behind physically and mentally and emotionally. And with that second goal for Cologne, Hamburg is going to have to dig very, very deep. They've never been down by 2 in league play this year. So some uncharted waters for HSV now. giving up 2 goals in under 60 seconds. See if Ojo can change the tide, and he runs into the protective netting behind goal. So some frustration really starting to build for the men in blue and white and red. Meanwhile, the men in black, well, we all saw that movie. Sent in the air, flag stays down, ball stays inbounds. As Cologne looking for goal number 3. So we'll see what happens here with Hamburg in a very unusual position this year. The only time that they lost by 2 in the first cup match all the way back in August. So we'll see if they can maintain themselves mentally and stick to the game plan. I mean, they looked so strong, Hamburg, in the first 10-15 minutes. But now you're seeing some real anger creeping out of the players in the red shorts. A good takeaway by Hamburg, but given right back to Cologne. And the shirt tug will give the ball to the Billy Goats. So expect Hamburg to really go up high on the press, as you see right here now. I mean, even off this goal kick, nobody from Hamburg is backing away, as they've got 3 players right on the edge of the 18. Cologne is elected to use the short goal kick, quite often doing it again. Right to Schmitz. You're just hearing that frustration. This time a free kick for Hamburg. Haven't used those words in that order in quite some time. Now Hamburg flying down the flank. And unable to get the clear, but the whistle will stop play. As the Cologne defender is still on the ground, grabbing at his left hip. So Luis Lemke guilty of the foul. So starting to wonder when the goals would start to flow, and they certainly have now. Just 60 seconds of stupendous play for Cologne. And they just might triple their lead here. Near the 18. 2 defenders in front. And the double team certainly was needed in that situation. But not a great clearance from the keeper. Cologne still in business. Fired towards goal, and no problem there for Fernando Dickus. So plenty of players, especially from Hamburg, have been involved In the second team, Lemke, Barkowski, Ojo is a stalwart on the second team, as well as the keeper Dickus has a clean sheet already this year when he's been moved up. But certainly not going to have one now. Five minutes remaining here in the first half. Hamburg winning the throw-in on the far side. They need to get going here if they're going to really put some pressure on and try to figure out a goal here before we go to the locker rooms. Well, the free kick here will certainly help. Very close to the corner flag. So everybody in white and red should be moving forward. And plenty of players for Hamburg getting the call. But three will stay outside the box. Everybody else moving into the 18. And all hands on deck for Cologne on defense. In goes the cross. And knocked down by Cologne, but the keeper was needed. Timo Schmitz with the effort to keep it a 2-0 game. Great attempt from just outside the 18. That was going to sneak inside the inside post. But Schmitz was in the right spots and kept his cool when called upon. Just saw the ball the whole way and just pushed it to the other side of the post. 3 minutes left for Hamburg to try to find something before going into the locker rooms. In goes the corner, and way too short. Will be a throw-in as the ball goes to another practice field. Still covered in snow. See these snow piles off to the side. Still a very, very cold day here in Hamburg. And certainly HSV feeling ice cold right now, having been locked out by Timo Schmitz. Back to the center of the field. Less than 2 minutes remaining before first half stoppage time. Ojo needs some help and gets it. As the attempted cross is last touched by Hamburg, a throw-in for Cologne. But everybody in Cologne, Hamburg, is still in position like they might be getting the ball back very soon. Not the greatest of throw-ins, and Hamburg wins the ball back. Cleared away back to the middle of the pitch and all the way back to Dickus. Even then, Cologne really forcing the issue. 6 players from Cologne on the attacking side of the field. And now Dickus in a little trouble and finds Haltisch. Kept along on the ground. Ojo. Good hookup with Haltisch. And Haltisch, and the ball gets shoved out. It's still with Hamburg here. Final 30 seconds of the first half. And Cologne's defense has kept Hamburg at bay as Ojo finds some space along the end line, and the first attempt is pushed back by the defense. Another chance for Hamburg, though, just outside the 18. Here are the final 10 seconds of the first half, and Cologne manages to stand tall as the Hamburg barrage comes to a halt. So let's see how much time will be added on here at the end of the first half. No fourth official, just had to see the referee holding up the fingers. Looked like 4 from my vantage point. So from what I saw, it looks like 4 added minutes tacked on to the first half. Good cut inside, and the shot right at Schmitz. No trouble at all for the German in front of goal. Throw in for the men in black. I mean, certainly Hamburg has been really itching for a goal here. But if the Billy Goats can grab another before halftime, I just don't see a way back for Hamburg. So Richter stops proceedings. And he's telling, looks like Luis Lemke, that he has to head over as he's certainly bloodied up. See his right hand just covered in blood. Very likely his own, as the referee tells him to head over to get some bandages, and Hamburg certainly needs some bandages to their ego, allowing 2 goals from Cologne here in the first half. Ojo infuriated as he walks off the pitch, and as he should be. He's been involved but just hasn't been able to turn anything on target. Meanwhile, Cologne standing very tall as they calmly and coolly walk off the pitch. 45 minutes gone. Cologne 2, Hamburg 0. Here in the shadows of the Volksparkstadion. So Cologne and Hamburg have returned to the pitch. One side very happy to go into the locker room, the other side very upset with themselves in the first 45 minutes. And it's the visiting Cologne team with smiles on their faces as we get back to work here in the second half. So 2 goals for Cologne in that first half as the low cross is deflected out of bounds. Cologne just going right on the attack right away here to get the second half started. And just goes to show, if you just shut off for a split second, you can get taken advantage of here on the pitch. And it wasn't just for a single second, it was actually 60 seconds. So Cologne was able to double their fun in less than 60 seconds. 2 goals for the Billy Goats, one coming from Puzzo and the other from Potente Ramirez. Just over 10 minutes before going into the second half as Fulp gets ready to throw the ball into the 18. And the header is plucked out of the air. Fernando Dickus getting involved here in the first minutes of the second half. And the long clearance is brought down. Hamburg on the move on the other side of the pitch. Cross going into the box. And Cologne able to get the initial clear, but Hamburg still applying the pressure. And the cross just floated far, far away. So no danger for Cologne. And Timo Schmitz can take a breath. Cologne is the defending U19 champions, league champions, and plenty of players from last year's team are out there still. In fact, 7 of the starting 11 were members of the winning squad from last year, including the goalkeeper, as well as Potente Ramirez, Puzzo, Rummers, Irmiev, Friemel, and Kozia Fofana. So Stefan Rotzenbeck has certainly made a name for himself in the youth football world here in Germany. Not only did he win the league last year, he also won the cup a couple years earlier. So the man who was born and raised in Cologne, certainly making his hometown happy. Meanwhile, for Oliver Krause, his struggles against Cologne continue. Has yet to secure a single point against the Billy Goats in his career. 3 matches, every single one of them ending in losses. And how's about that for an interception? Here comes Cologne into the 18. And now blasting past the defenders. That is Luis Lemke, who takes a tumble thanks to Irmiev. You see Rothenbeck in charge of the U19 squad for the 192nd time. That includes UEFA Youth League play. Things working out a lot better for Rothenbeck here at the youth level than when he was at the senior level. He was the head coach of Cologne, of the senior squad from December 2017 to the end of the season. But they were in pretty rough shape before he came in, and even when he was there, it was not exactly smooth sailing for the Billy Goats. No wins in their last 7 matches on their way down to the 2nd division. He was also the head coach of Greuther Fürth and VfR Aalen. Hasn't exactly worked out with him when he's had to go to the very professional side, but he's certainly developed some excellent talent here at the U19 level as Cologne draws another free kick. Markowski was down on the ground behind the play. On the far side of your right side of your screen there, still on the ground. So they're not going to get a free kick right in front of the 18, but off to the side. This is still a pretty good spot for a free kick. Not exactly the greatest spot. You're not going to get the shots from this spot, especially since this is still youth league. But this is a great position for a cross. As the captain gets ready, Friemel fires it in and taken away by Dickus. Just bounced right to the Hamburg #1. An interception and taken away by Cologne. They can move things quickly if they can turn forward, but they've been forced to go side to side, but still in attacking mode here with 6.5 minutes gone here in the 2nd half. So Ojo has been really knocked around here on his home field. Don't see that too often, as he's been a pretty big name for the 2nd team, playing there 17 times and scoring 2 goals. He scored 4 times in 6 matches here for the U19 squad, including 2 goals in the 2nd half last week, so this game is certainly not over, as Wilmus just had to fire it to some open space, and Hamburg will move the other way. Kept along the ground near the far corner flag. Towards the end line, lifted into the box, but nobody home for Hamburg, and recovered just inside the field of play, but not enough room to make any moves. So Friemel, the captain, throws it in and gets the ball back for a split second, and he'll have a throw in a little bit further down the field. So Hamburg recognizing that Cologne's press has worked, so they elect to put everybody in the attacking half, but nobody on the man with the ball until now. So offside gives Hamburg a controlled possession, as Lichte makes certain that everybody's on their best behavior. Already had a couple yellow cards in the first half. Hermiev for Cologne and Ojo for Hamburg already in Lichte's book. Sent forward, and Cologne was right there, easily taken care of. Yildirim just could not find his way down the near side. Everyone from Cologne recognizing how Yildirim can certainly change things up very quickly, already with 5 goals on this campaign, all coming in the Vorrunde. Also with 5 assists in total. Ready up for Potente Ramirez to get the move on. Wasn't quite ready. Now he gets the move on. He's free on the left side, but just can't get the cross off as Hamburg tries to move the other way. Just a hair too far. So Lichte wants to make certain that this Hamburg free kick is taken in the right spots. And the referee comes over to talk with the Cologne captain, and he gets a yellow card. So Jonathan Friemel goes into the referee's book. Not a great look for Cologne now, as the left back is booked, as well as one of the midfielders, as another player from Hamburg falls down and stays down. And Lichte wants to come over and talk with the offending Cologne player. Looks to be his last warning before a card. So Hottisch gets us back underway. Pushed into the box, and too easy there for Timo Schmitz. Working on his 4th clean sheet. Ball goes into the air. Potente Ramirez was right there, but just could not find his way. I mean, that's certainly something that Cologne will certainly try to do here in the second half, as Potente Ramirez already has a goal. He certainly found some some space, excuse me. Found his spot, found some space. See him lurking in the bottom left corner of your screen. Just waiting for that perfect moment to strike. You can imagine that Hamburg will not doze off after they did for a few moments in the first half, and Cologne was just more than happy to take advantage. This game, for Hamburg at least, will certainly come down to the substitutions. As the starting 11, I mean, they certainly worked well together for the first half hour. But you're seeing more of these moments like this. Just not exactly putting the ball in the right spots, not going in the right direction. You saw the level-headedness fall away. And they went to the locker rooms. Meanwhile, when you watch Cologne, they just look so in sync with one another. And even when things don't go quite right, they don't blame each other, they don't yell at each other, they don't scream at each other. I mean, it's very easy to keep your head on straight when you're up by 2, but even when they were, you know, really battling in the trenches, they really just felt like they had each other's back and knew what everybody else was going to do. Just goes to show the power of friendship can make all your dreams come true. Schmidt's picking up the ball and rolling it along the ground. Ball finds its way to Potente Ramirez for a moment, and now brought down by Cologne's number 7. Finds some space near the corner flag. Now has to get the ball out and manages to win a corner in the process. You see that right there between number 3 and number 4, Friemel and Stapelmann. That's exactly what I was talking about when it comes to figuring out who's going to go where. Friemel didn't hold back and tell Stapelmann, you have to go here, I go here. Just those little things can certainly be picked up by the opposing team, and Cologne has certainly noticed. As Hamburg looks like they're ready to send in another substitute, and off the corner, the blast goes right at Dickus. Right at the top of the 18. As a collision behind the ball does not stop play. Ojo on the far side, trying to make some moves for his own. Deflected towards the box and just screaming off to the side, but we will have a corner as Timo Schmitz had to go all the way out to keep Hamburg at bay again. Watch this again from Ojo. Got the deflection off the defender, and then right to Mehmet Yildirim. Hamburg starting to find some confidence here in the second half. Certainly need to find some more, and especially inside the 18. Sent towards the near post, and no problem for Cologne on the initial clear. And kept along the ground, and here goes Cologne on the counter. But the Hamburg defender with the great possession, Luis Lemke. Have to give a big round of applause if you're wearing blue, white, or red, but still Cologne on the attack into the 18 and fired on targets. And Dickus falls on top of the shots. Very fortunate that that ball went right at Dickus. That had some pace. Loomis. Back to the captain. So less than 26 minutes remaining, and Hamburg has certainly pushed themselves here in the second half. But even then, Timo Schmitz, working on his 4th clean sheet, has kept Hamburg at bay as Cologne is guilty of an offside. As you see right here, the great defense from Kotja Fofana going against Borges Malou, and Hamburg ready to send on another substitute. Medayese heading on for Hatish. So Hatish was plenty busy in the first half, but also wants some fresh legs for a final push here in the second. Ball going all the way back to Dickus as Cologne's press applying more pressure up top. Hamburg having difficulty moving out of the back. Cologne starts to move back. Now Hamburg's turn to go on the gegenpressing march. Cologne figuring things out and getting a throw-in. Launched into the other half of the field. And headed back by Hamburg, back to Dickus. Off the turnover, off the far side, and Cologne just can't move towards the 18. Midfield play turning into a critical junction here. Kept along the ground. Great work from Hamburg here. The cross pushed away by Cologne, however, and then fired well away from everybody. It will be a throw-in for Hamburg by the halfway line. See the potential Cologne substitutes getting ready on the far side. Plenty of opportunities for Stefan Rotenbeck. Holding on to a 2-0 lead, and this could turn into something else here as Puzzo, well, looks like he was called for offside. Looks like it was onside from up here, but I'm not the one holding the offside flag now, am I? Pushed into the box, but right at Schmitz. So Hamburg having some trouble finding any chances and really unable to trouble Schmitz here in the last few minutes. That Cologne back line looking very, very comfortable, even on the road. I mean, they've done quite well when they've been away from Cologne. Outscored their opponents 15-5 when away from the home of the Billy Goats, averaging 2.17 points per game in the Vorrunde. And the only time they didn't score any goals, Cologne certainly made up for the lost time in Dusseldorf when they lost 1-0. They've just gone on an absolute tear, especially in cup play as well. In fact, they've done even better in their 3 cup matches, outscoring their opponents 13-2 overall. That's why they'll be in the quarterfinals on Wednesday, and we'll have that for you as Cologne gets ready to send on a couple of substitutions.
Warte, hey, du bleibst hier. Welche Nummer hast du? Wie schreist du die denn so an? Für 9.
So Obaida and Ekveriba coming on for Cologne. So just an extra check from Lichta before everybody comes on. And back underway with 19 minutes to go. Obaida coming on for his 8th appearance of the season, and Ekveriba playing in game number 16. Looking for a cross on the far side. Lifted in the air and nobody there. I mean, those crosses really need to find, they really need to get some better quality passing in the attacking third. I mean, Cologne has just absolutely smothered almost every attempt by Hamburg. But when they did have that one extra pass, that one last pass, they did get a decent shot and did force Timo Schmitz into an awkward position. But now here goes Cologne the other way. Ekveriba into the attacking zone and just can't get his shot inside the post. So the fresh legs going up against Adekunle. And the fresh legs won in the end, but just couldn't get the shot on target. But Cologne still looking much, much stronger as Dickus has come out of the defending 18. So a potential sign of things to come here in the last 17 minutes. I mean, Hamburg certainly doesn't want to lose for the first time in the league here at home. Throw in upcoming for Hamburg, back underway. Knocked around. And it will be a throw in for Hamburg. Loose ball and finally cleared by Köln all the way back to midfield. Yildirim can't find his way through the forest, and the Billy Goats just start munching on the ball. Just a tough time for Hamburg to try to find their way through this forest that is propped up here in black. Launched forward and right at Dickus. Picks up the ball. As some snow starts to blow off the trees just off the edge of the pitch. Certainly going to see some snow later tonight here in northern Germany. Should be up to about 10 centimeters over the course of the next couple of days. So we'll have some difficulties moving around here in town. But Köln not having any trouble moving at all here in the northern Hanseatic city. Smashed forward. And Köln winning possession. That's just something else that Köln has managed to do here, is win possession, not necessarily off the 50-50 balls, but the second balls. Off those clearances. Unable to win that time, however. And Hamburg has not been able to really turn and face Schmitz with possession. Just a very tough time for Hamburg here at home. They've had a couple chances. As here goes Yildirim now. Near the end line and taken down inside the box, but not a penalty, says Richter. It will be a corner kick, not a penalty kick. Seeing Ojo hitting the deck as Fulp got just enough of the ball. So that will be a corner for the home side. But this is what you want to see if you're a Hamburg fan. Starting to find their way into the box, take some ventures, and not just forced to take some awkward shots way off target and way away from the goal. Now a chance off this corner. Taken very short and knocked around. Wasn't sure who was going to get onto it, but Köln standing tall again. Sprinting ahead, flag stays down for now for Köln. And fired in, and Dickus had to go all out to keep Potente Ramirez from potentially getting a second goal. Ojas Malou, and all the way back near midfield. Expect the ball to be in the right half of the pitch for the rest of this match. Near the end line, great move, just kept in and flies over everybody. Just a little bit too much power as the ball just went on a lift off there. Less than 11.5 minutes. Hamburg still hunting for goal number 1. Cologne showed how it was done at about this stage in the first half. But Hamburg really needs to figure things out. Don't want to go goalless here at home. They have yet to go goalless all year.
Kevin, klar! Klar!
Some tough gegenpressing from Hamburg, but even then, Cologne manages to break free. And just a hair too far for Ekvereba. Back to Dickus. And the shouting from the sidelines getting ever louder. On the far side, just kept in. And the ball goes into the protective fencing. Will be another corner for Hamburg. Just what they needed, though, as Ojo has certainly managed to make things very interesting for Hamburg. But he just needs some extra help. He can't do it all on his own. So let's see if Mehmet Yildirim will help out here on the corner. In it goes. Very, very short. I mean, he's just looking gassed right now. If he can't turn a corner on target like that, as the long shot goes right at Schmitz. Didn't even have to move to his left or right. I mean, that's another issue for Hamburg. All but one shot has just allowed for Timo Schmitz to just stay where he is, as the shots just keep coming right at him. Hamburg just has not shown much creativity, and Timo Schmitz just knows exactly where that ball is going to go for almost every single shot. Schwarz pushing it forward. Yildirim now. Gorgeous Malou. And that ball just took off with a pair of wings and didn't come back down to earth until it was well behind the end line. So a couple more substitutions coming on for Cologne. So is Sufi and Karadenis ready to come on for the last 8 minutes? So is Sufi playing in his 12th game of the season. And Karadenis appearing for the 14th time for the Billy Goats. They've been used primarily as substitutes this year. Yusufi in his 8th appearance coming on here in the second half. And Cardenas, his 12th time getting subbed on here this season. Hamburg really just has to get going now. Down by 2 goals here. Machado. Schwartz quickly along the ground and trying to spin, just can't find a way through. Gildas can't help out. Yildirim trying to apply pressure, but over pursued. But does win it back, but forced all the way back to midfield before he could regain possession. So that's just wasted energy. I mean, he's been out there for all 84 minutes. And you see him slowly walking. I mean, you obviously don't need to sprint for the entire 90 minutes. And now Yildirim trying to show that he's open on the right side and gets possession. Akildis. Now onto the far side. Can Hamburg get halfway to equalizing this match? Yildirim. Now all the way to the right side. Borges Malou tries a cross, pushed in and headed around, ping-ponged around with heads and feet. And the last chance there coming from Borges Malou, just well off targets. Not a bad idea, but just didn't get the right shots. As Hamburg is ready to send on a substitute. Schumann coming off for Vraga, and 2 more coming on here for Cologne. So Cologne also more than happy to take some extra time off the clock. So Vunguiza and Guzel coming on for Cologne here with the final 4 minutes now underway. Rutzenbeck just keeping things as fresh as possible. He'll certainly need some fresh legs here for Wednesday in the quarterfinals of the Cup, as Hamburg win a free kick in a pretty good position. And Richter calls over the offender for the yellow card. So just coming on, and already in just 10 seconds earning a yellow card. Funguidisa. Now Hamburg just taking their time on this free kick. Yildirim backing up. Everybody ready to go for Hamburg. They really need a lot of help right now. Yildirim over the wall. And just cannot turn it on target. I think that was in the perfect spot too. Perfect spot for a cross. But still just not able to go in the right direction. Hamburg really needs to figure out what they want to do, as things will just keep getting tougher. I mean, this isn't the Vorrunde anymore. This is the Hauptrunde. The best 24 teams in the U19 are still vying for the trophy. And there isn't as much time. Not as many games, not as much time to fiddle around with what they want, as Everybody only gets 10 matches. Top 4 from each group will go into it's basically a playoff once group stage play is over. But Hamburg right now just looks very thoroughly tested and defeated. And at this point now, they're just throwing the ball forward, just smashing it forward. Whoever's there, do what you can with it. That's really the game plan now. And a foul committed, and here comes another yellow card from the referee. Lichta calling over Akiyildis, and the captain goes into his book. So Akiyildis getting his second yellow of the season. First one of the Hauptrunde, as the final minutes as the last few seconds of the 90 minutes tick away. We'll see how much time Lichta adds on here. He's going to have to put up his arm in a second. I didn't see anything from Lichta indicating any extra time. As Cologne wins possession. And a fall, not a great looking fall there from Cardenas. And 4 minutes of added time for Lichta. 4 minutes for Hamburg to find 2 goals. Borges Malou unable to get a good cross off. And already 40 seconds of the added time are gone here in Hamburg. Cologne just taking all the sweet time they can take off the clock. And forcing it all the way back to Dekes. Far away from the Cologne goal. Hamburg slow to move forward. Yildirim. Off to the far side now, Borges Malou tries a cross. Good idea, but still with Hamburg. Lifted into the box, and still they can't find anybody. I mean, if there was one player there from Hamburg inside the 6-yard box, that could have changed things up. But now here goes Cologne. Onto the other side, looking for the final dagger. Along the ground, and Dickus comes off his line and grabs the ball. Almost halfway through second half stoppage time, and Hamburg is still no closer to finding the back of the nets. Cologne putting on an absolute clinic, showing why they won the hardware last year. They've won the league twice, and they've won the cup twice here at the U19 level. Meanwhile, Hamburg still looking for trophy number 1 as the assistant raises his flag. Just a step too far for the Cologne forward. 90 seconds remaining here in Hamburg. Cologne 2, Hamburg 0. And Dickus elects to go forward, as you can hear Oliver Krause telling everybody 2 Minuten noch, or just 2 minutes left. Not a great clearance. Borges Malou lifts it in with his right foot. That's a great cross, but the header was stopped by Schmitz. Lovely cross, right idea, but Schmitz was in the right spots. And more time is wasted as Cologne moves the other way and takes off another 20, 30 seconds. 45 seconds remaining for Hamburg. And they still can't find goal number 1. As the long ball now pushed up in the air. And Cologne not able to get a great clearance, but more importantly, they get possession and keep the ball away. And winning a throw, and that will take another 10+ seconds off the clock as Oliver Krause can't stand to watch what's going on as he looks over at his bench and puts his hands on his hips. And that is the look of a man who recognizes that he has been defeated. For the first time in league play, Hamburg falls down on the ground. Cologne comes in and gets the win, and Hamburg just can't believe what just happened. They shut off for 60 seconds in the first half, and Cologne made them absolutely pay as the game finishes 2-0. Cologne winning on the road. And the defending champions are very much in contention to win again here in 2026. So that will do it for us from Hamburg. Once again, Cologne 2, Hamburg 0. I'm Kai Dombach. Hope you had as much fun as we did here in Hamburg. And the Billy Goats will keep the party going all the way back home. A big-time win for the young side from Cologne. And they will party all the way back home, but they can't party too hard. They have a big match on Wednesday in the quarterfinals of the Youth Cup against Frankfurt. So just wear the costumes and maybe drink some non-alcoholic beverages. Have to say that, have to say non-alcoholic. I mean, if you're 18, you can drink alcohol here, but... So that is it. Cologne 2, Hamburg 0. I'm Kai Dombach. We'll see you again on Wednesday for more youth German football as Cologne will take on Frankfurt in the quarterfinals of the Cup. And until we meet again, until we see each other then, be excellent to each other. So long and goodbye from Hamburg.